Welcome to the
Brodies
That was so strong. And we're back
at the Rideau.
Oh, jinx. A bunch of bros.
On the couches and chairs.
And the chair.
Man, how y'all doing today, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Another week in the books.
Another week,
Another day, another dollar.
Yes, sir. I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim, Cass.
B. Anthony.
Oh, went smooth. I love it. Feel it.
You
If
ready?
you don't know, B. Anthony is our engineer. He is 40 to the Brodies. What 40 is to Drake, he is to the Brodies. You'll get it. Google it. You'll get it.
I'm doing that right now. I have no clue.
You're the Dr. Dre to the Eminem in the early years.
Is this before or after the drugs?
Oh.
Well,
It would technically be after? Technically?
maybe before.
Might be before.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Well, with that being said, what are we talking about?
You're
today,
Dr. Dre
fellas?
to our Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
Is that better?
I mean, either way, I'm cool. I think Dr. Dre is awesome, except for the whole beating the wife thing. But other than that,
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know what really happened. But shout out to Doc, though.
I love Dr. Dre. Been there, done that. It's one of my favorite dance music videos from a hip hop video. So
Oh, okay.
I love that.
All right, fellas, what we talking about today, man?
Oh, shit. Love and marriage. Love.
I was gonna go, but I started drinking. I was ready. I was like, oh, let me swallow. Yum, 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 yum. Goes together like a horse and carriage.
Okay, I definitely caught that, but
Don't bring it up, don't bring it up.
We heard it. Just let it go. Just let it go. Just don't. We grown. Don't even do it. Even though that would have been perfect for me. Don't.
All right. So, we decided to take a break from the tomfoolery that's going on in the world. We talked about it for quite a bit, and we want to think about something else that happens in the world. Like, it's hella like Zoom weddings happening. Like
Zoom weddings,
A
like
lot.
Yeah.
seen like street weddings. I've seen somebody get proposed to at a protest.
it's like nigga, chaos don't stop love.
Apparently, not at all.
If the world is going to shit, let's go to shit together.
Literally, that's the motto.
And so we wanted to put our take on marriage and love and all those beautiful things. So I guess I'll start with an easy question, a softball, as they say. Do you guys ever want to get married?
Yeah, I do. So nonchalant about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No, I'm just like, I'm nonchalant about a lot. So I do though. Like it's something I've always wanted to do with the right person. So I just don't want to like, oh my god, yes, I want. It's like no, just relax. Like,
You don't want to jinx it? You
Yeah.
want to jinx it?
yeah, I don't like. But it's like,
Oh my god, I can't wait to get married. I'm gonna ooh.
yeah, it's like no, I do when the time is right. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not right, I ain't doing it.
I want sex. I don't know. I've just made. I know I'm like sex, but marriage I'm still wrestling with. If I'm being honest,
No, that's real. That's
I
real.
think to marry someone, you are really making a commitment to love someone, regardless of or in spite of. And because you're constantly learning that person, I don't know. That's a big decision. I go back and forth about it.
I remember having a conversation with Brown, like off record, and he was like, "It's a partnership." Like I remember you saying, like, "What? Like a marriage is a partnership. Like you have to be all in." And you know, and looking at my parents, you know, they've been together this past April 28th made 36 years. And I'm just 36 years, my parents, and it was just like, man, like, do y'all not get tired of each other? And you know, you just get all these different questions. But to answer a Brown question, for me, yeah, I would like to get married to the right person. But it does scare me. Though. I'm gonna be real, like it scares me because you can be all lovey-dovey in the first 3-4 years, and then boom, something happens. It's just like the love goes away, and it's like, well, damn, what happened? And that that not knowing, that's scary. Like that's scary, you know. But that's just me being, you know, real with y'all.
No, this is it's a very scary proposition. That's why we want to talk about it. Have this forum as the Brodies.
You didn't give an answer.
Oh well, because I've already been married, so I think I've answered that question. Yes.
Would you do it again?
If the time is right, the mood is right, the person is right, everything is like right, you know, the credit score is right.
That's important.
Yeah.
Important.
Aha, we joke, we kid, but you know,
We serious.
Yeah, dead ass.
How much debt you in? Like, cause your debt, my debt, so I need to know.
Yeah, and like, is it manageable? Is there a plan for it and everything like that? So it's a lot of factors inside of it. And I think you should be smart about it because we constantly say, I've heard most of y'all. I wasn't taking my notes like I normally would, but the statement was, I would marry a person if they are the right person, and that's the thing. How do you determine what and who is right for you? Because what's right for someone else might not be right for you. And then again, it's that tricky thing called time. And time changes people. And will they still be the right thing forever? Forever. So
Miss
with that,
Jackson. I knew that one.
So the question I'm gonna pose to you guys, we have the big question. Yes, you will get married. What is your idea of an ideal marriage? What is your idea of an ideal marriage?
Well, the first thing is I gotta be able to see you and deal with you every day, like every day. Even when I don't, still need to be able to deal with you being around. But I'll say communication, meaning that no matter what, we always talk about what's from how's your day to what are we trying to do, family, just a never-ending line of communication, and always willing to have hard conversations even when you know they're gonna suck, but you have to do it. So that somebody that you could like play off of, like you guys have a good balance.
No, keep going. You made a thinking sound with your mouth, and it was like, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know I hear everything. Try not to be a grumpy man on the podcast.
But yeah, somebody you could balance off of, like you guys, not like complete each other's sentences, because I hate that cliche, but more so just like you complement each other really well. Like what I don't do well, she does well, and what she doesn't do well, I do well, like stuff like that.
So a partnership.
Yeah.
Got it.
Long story short.
Oh,
Don't all jump in at once, fellas.
I just want someone I can be honest with. I think to have any set idea of what a marriage is supposed to be is kind of interesting, and I rather just know that I can get into a situation with someone and just be 100% myself. I think if you can be honest with someone, and if that is one of the foundational points of your marriage, then everything else can work itself out, because things will change. You'll have different feelings.
Yeah.
You won't be in the honeymoon phase for 36 years. You're gonna learn something new about that person. So I think as long as I can be honest with someone and they can love me for me, I'm good.
Shoot, I love wrestling, so whoever I marry, you gonna know I'm watching wrestling.
And that's important.
Watching wrestling, and we gonna see every comic book movie that come out, DC, Marvel, all that.
I'm sure.
It don't even gotta be we, man.
Yeah.
It could be like, let me do me. I'll be back.
I'll be back when the movie's over.
But then is that okay? Like if you're always walking away, like, or if you always need that, or does everything have to be done together?
I think
These are questions I think.
no,
about.
everything doesn't need to be done together. Some things do, because you have to understand like the person, like you guys want to be around each other. So some things that she wants to do that if I don't want to do, I'm gonna still do it because clearly this is important to her, and vice versa. So it's just finding that balance of, okay, this is something we need to do together, or this is something where I'm okay with doing this on my own if you don't want to come, and like not feeling any
shade or any negative feelings towards that, because you go do it on your own, but you don't need to feel like, oh my god, Cass is gonna be upset. Because it's like, no, it's okay. You can go do it. I'm not mad. Now there are other things I'll be like, oh, where you ain't gonna invite me? You ain't even ask. That's cool.
Right.
But it's as long as you ask me, like, hey, I'm about to go do this. Do you want to come? And I'm like, it's not my thing. I'm gonna let you go rock out.
Right.
So it's all about understanding the person that you're with.
Slim, what's your ideal?
I'm
Marriage.
selling this brick outside. Be there. Hide it if I need it if the cops coming.
You gotta take this charge from me. You gotta take it from me.
I believe they call that thug love.
I need that. No, in a perfect world, I think for me, marriage is just being transparent with your partner, being vulnerable, being open. Like Cass said, having those difficult conversations when you don't want to, because that's the time where you really can push each other to dig a little deeper and get to know each other on a different level. And for me, I just want to be able to travel with somebody, have fun, take over the world, and really just live life. You know, just live life, and just build on top of that. Like, it's a strong foundation for ourselves, our kids, or kid, and go from there. Really.
Do you have to have all of that right away, though?
No, marriage, it comes time. Like, it's like building a house. Like, you got the foundation, now you start building, and each year you want to build, each day you want to build till you have a clear understanding of each other. And I think for all of us, like, we all want to be married, we all want to have that love, but there are some things that come with it. You're gonna have some tough days, you're gonna have some rainy days, some sunny days, some bright days, but through it all, you gotta stick through with your partner, the ups and downs. And I think that's what marriage really comes down to, in my honest opinion.
I think there's gonna be the days where you're like, yo, this shit for the birds. And that's the days where you gotta be like, no, it's not for the birds. I'm just really upset right now. Once I cool down, cooler heads will prevail. Because nobody's perfect. So I always say that nobody's going to be perfect, but it's like, what is something that you could deal with for the rest of your life? Mm-hmm. Like, your partner's always going to do stuff that bothers you, because it's human. You're two different people. They're always going to do stuff that either bothers you or you might not agree with. But is it something where you're like, man, fuck you, I don't want to talk to you ever again? Is it something that deep? So it's like, you got to make that personal decision. Like, is it that deep or not?
But then going back to Slim's point, you don't know what that thing is. Like,
that's over time. You'll learn that about yourself. It's an inner battle with you more so than the other person. It's more like you'll learn what you can deal with, what you can't over the course of time. So like something I can't deal with today, I might be able to deal with 5 years from now. I don't know. Who knows? But in that moment, you got to make the decision, whatever you think is best for you.
Yeah.
So Devin, what you think about what an ideal marriage is? Nigga, I don't know. Nigga, I'm not married no more.
For the record, I was quiet.
I mean, he asked the question, so I figured once we went through, he would just jump
he
in.
would chime in afterwards.
Apparently, he wants to be loved. So, hey, Mr. Brown, what would you do? What is your idea?
No, I was just fucking around because I wasn't going to answer the question at all. I was like, there's someone made mad. But I don't know what ideal is anymore. I know what I don't want. I know I want to be in a situation where I am not afraid to say the thing. I want to be in a situation where I feel fully comfortable addressing conflict. Because conflict will happen. And you need to address it some way, somehow. And feel comfortable about it. And be comfortable not letting sleeping dogs lie. Because some things need to be talked about a lot quicker. So, for my young gentlemen, and for America, if you don't know, I'm Mr. Brown. Hey, I used to be married at one point in time, legally married for 8 years. Whoa, that shit's crazy! Legally married. Probably only married about maybe 5.
I was like, say keyword legally married.
Legally married about 8. Married about 5. No, you know how that shit go.
That's true.
So when we thinking about marriage, and I want to get your opinions, get your minds thinking about, y'all said y'all want to get married. So let's start with some easy scenarios and things to put in your mind. First thing, so there's no conflicts in your marriages. We want to erase all the conflicts and you think about it. How do you feel about the separation of responsibilities as far as the maintaining of the household. Who does what in the household? Who do you think should do what in the household? And if you say 50-50, use a mother, lie.
So we can't go Dutch.
Never go Dutch.
It doesn't work like
We
that.
can't go Dutch.
So this is something I want you to think about. You can take your time, but how do you plan to divvy up the responsibilities of the household? Because that's where some resentment comes. It's like, I feel I do most of the stuff.
I'm
and
always
you don't
cleaning
have-
the dishes. I'm always taking out the. No.
But okay, so
You mean in terms of like bills? Then you need to start off with bills.
like
first, or just in general?
in general,
Okay.
what do you feel would be the things that you would take care of in a marriage, and then the things you expect your partner to take care of in the relationship?
That's a wonderful question.
I know, I'm putting it on your mind because this is the shit that breaks up homes.
I don't mind cutting grass.
It's also wonderful because it's like, you gotta choose how you answer. Use your words carefully.
You know how to choose.
You know what? I go
talking
first.
together. Yeah.
So when I grew up,
You gotta clean the guns.
I learned that afterwards. For me growing up, I grew up with both my parents, which is a blessing to begin with. I've seen what
Must
true
be
love
nice.
is.
Must be nice.
I've seen
Must be
like
nice.
I've seen how things should go.
You got a
Right?
good role model. Must be nice.
Let the boy talk, man.
But I can say when my dad got injured, my mom picked up the slack, and it's like the roles reversed. Like when my dad was like, okay, I pay the bills, this, that, and third. Like the roles reversed. My dad wasn't working. My dad was cooking, cleaning. My mom was working. So for me, I saw like the best of both worlds. And in my mind, I'm like, that's how our partnership should work. Like if one person is like kind of slacking, like the other person picks up that slack. So for me, when it comes to like just certain things around the house, like if the dishes are getting dirty, like somebody just wash the dishes, put them in the dishwasher. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, you wash the dish. Like no, like if something needs to be done, I'm gonna just do it, and I would expect her to do the same thing. But also communicating that is very, very important. Like when it comes to like taking out the garbage, I take the garbage out. I have no problem doing that. I've been doing that since I was a kid. So dishes, laundry, I don't mind washing laundry. When it comes to kids, I'm not a diaper person. I'm just not a diaper person. I don't do diapers.
So you're not gonna do no diapers.
I mean, I
You
will.
gonna do a diaper?
I'm like, listen, baby, look.
It's like
Help me.
shit.
I know. You don't smell that? Baby shit stinks. It's a whole different level of whatever. Yeah. But I think in terms of like bills and mortgages, when it comes to like that, I do think, Brown, quote me if help me. The good book says the man should pay, right? According to the good book.
So
That-
yeah, it's I don't think the good book.
I know a book said. I know it's a good book.
So we gonna get to finances, because that is interesting in today's society with gender roles, when especially in the black community where women are making way more money than men. Is the expectation still that men pay the mortgage and pay the bills? If I'm like, I make $36,000 and you make $106,000, that
Yeah, I wash the dishes.
How's that?
Yeah.
How's that over there? How's
Baby,
the clean
you know
up,
what?
motherfucker? I don't know. I think that's between you and your partner. I need to go through your finances.
But we ain't on that question yet. You don't gotta jump. How you gonna divvy up? We gonna start with the simple shit, and then we gonna go to cause that money. That
Similar,
money will get you.
similar to Slim. Like, if the trash is like empty and it needs to be taken out, I'll take it out. I'm not gonna like divvy it up per se that way. I know one of the things that's just been randomly happening is that, like, if my girlfriend cooks, I'll just always wash every dish. Like, it's just we've been on that wave for like the last couple during quarantine.
Makes
Basically.
things easy.
Yeah, so it's like if I cook, then you show wash, like depending on the situation. But I don't think it necessarily needs to be like a role, so to speak. But it's like if I need to take the trash out, take the trash out. Like I try to do it in the morning before I leave for work because it's just simple. So I'll just ask like, hey, if you just like wrap it up and leave it by the door when I leave, because I usually leave before her, I'll just take it out. It doesn't matter, or I'll do it myself. But just try to understand each other. Just have like a teamwork thing. Like I know for me, I don't really clean like my crib during the week unless like I'm bored or something. Like, but on the weekend it's like a Saturday morning thing for me. Like if I'm not doing anything, like all right, cool, do my cleaning thing, whatever. But like I won't do it during the week 'cause I'm just like at work. I want to come home, relax, gym, lazy. I won't do shit. But on the weekend, I'll wake up, blast music, get high, clean all day, whatever. But it's just like trying to understand that about me. Like during the week, it's like I'll do it, but it's like that's not like my go-to during the week. I just want to relax. Like Monday to Friday, I don't want to be bothered with most stuff. But on the weekend, yeah, sure. But I do understand that that will change over the course of a partnership. So it's just being willing to adapt. That's all.
Willing to adapt. How about you there, B. Anthony?
So, if it needs to be done, I'll do it. That's my whole mindset. So I don't know in the context of domestic setting how to divvy it up. I was taught how to cook, so I didn't have to depend on a woman for that. Doing dishes, laundry. I'm thinking more along the lines like the yard work. If there's a problem with the car, because I don't do those things. Like I don't do that now. If there's like something that needs to be fixed, I'm the one who's gonna pay for it. That's just
okay.
so. But if
YouTube's a wonderful thing, sure.
right, here's the thing: a lot of people hurt themselves because of YouTube for multiple reasons. I don't want to be in that group.
Percentile.
Yeah, but so that's where my mind went when I heard your question.
Yeah. I'm about to make this shit real simple for
I
you.
would do yard work. Though.
I need to
I think
stop
that's
rehearsing.
I think like that's that could be a relaxing
It is the
thing.
worst. My mom has a yard, and it is full of these things called bugs, and mosquitoes. Mosquitoes love me. It's like I'm their golden
You
corral.
got type O.
Oh, you got that blood there.
Yeah.
They
Typo.
eat me up. I can't do it. And
They
then
love type O.
yeah, I hate it.
So let's break down like this. I'm gonna make it real simple for y'all, and you simply answer yes
or
no.
Okay.
Dear God.
Taking out the trash. Are you doing it in the
Yes.
marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Washing the dishes.
Yeah.
Go Dutch on that one.
So we gotta go Dutch. Like I ain't doing it all the time.
I'm cooking like baby.
Because I want. Let me preface this with your yes. This is the job you're gonna do all the time in the marriage. All
Take
the
out
time.
the trash. Oh, I could do that all the time. Wash the dishes. That'd be like a 50-50 thing.
Fit
Dutch.
Watch this.
Yeah, that could.
Cook.
That could also be like a 50-50. Like, depend. Like, if I want to cook for you, yeah. If not, like you said, like if it's just me and her.
That's why I said yes or no.
children.
You do it.
So cooking, no.
No.
I don't like. I can do it if I have to. If I don't have money, I can. But I don't like the whole process of being in the kitchen all day and
Hey,
cooking.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
Someone asked me, "You gonna
Yeah.
cook? You gonna cook for the family?" And I'm like, "I order like a pro. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not an Uber Diamond member for no reason."
It's just
exclusive VIP.
Like they could come to me. I'm first priority.
Yeah. Like I got okay. Vacuuming.
That's Dutch.
Yeah, I could do that one.
Yeah.
I don't vacuum.
All right. Dusting.
No.
Dutch.
He don't dust. You got it. Okay.
I sound like a dirty person the more we go through this.
Cut the grass.
No,
I would do that.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I'm
Yeah.
not cutting grass.
Rake.
Definitely. not.
That's a pain in the ass. But yeah.
Yeah.
But we going Dutch. She gonna hold the bag though. She gotta hold the bag.
Yeah, hold it back over while I put this
yeah,
in
help me
there.
out. Yeah.
Clean the gutters.
What's
I
that?
mastered that. I
No.
do that
I'm like
myself.
the.
I clearly know
oh,
what it is.
Oh,
I'm not
oh,
doing it.
yeah, when you said it like, well, you said it so fast. I was like, I'd probably do that myself or pay somebody to do it.
Definitely.
Okay. Clean the oven.
Self-clean.
Nah. Nigga said self clean.
Clean the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's Dutch. Yeah.
You Dutch on everything.
Yeah, man, it's a partnership. Like you know.
All right. Catch bugs in the house. Spiders.
I do that.
Mosquitoes.
I do that now. So yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take no for 500.
Brian got the 1500.
Right, the video
All
Daily
right,
Double's coming up soon.
Wash the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say the way the car wash work. Woo, drive right through.
Let me see. Am I missing any chores that come up on a regular? We did vacuuming, sweeping. Are you doing it or not? Yes or no?
I can do that. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
Out of necessity. Out of necessity.
Like, if it needs to be
If
done.
it needs to be done, I will do all those things that you mentioned. But like, if I'm volunteering to do it,
All right.
It's gonna stay there.
Okay.
yeah, no,
I missed one. Washing clothes.
Nah.
yeah, I'll wash clothes.
I don't know why. Just something about washing clothes. I'm just like, I think because I'm scarred with young going to the laundromat. I'm just like scarred.
What
Even if
happened at the laundromat?
carrying the bag,
Yeah.
sitting there waiting for it to dry because
All
you want your
day.
clothes to get stolen, then carrying the bag back home.
I was like, did someone touch you?
Yeah.
And then threw
Not
you
that
in the
that's funny,
goddamn-
but
Yeah, I was like,
Cass
so
got-
what about what?
Whoa.
Y'all laughing at me? Look at
Yes.
Cass got-
You gotta laugh at that pain, nigga.
I know I can't talk to y'all about that. I can't talk to y'all about that.
we're here for you.
Hey, laughter's a defense mechanism, bro. I'm laughing with you because I too can't go to the laundry. I'm just playing. I know. How about you, Slim? You said yes.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me, but yeah.
Okay. Folding of clothes.
Hey, I hate.
Nah, I hate folding.
I hate folding.
I
clothes.
hate that shit. So, because it's always
Yo,
like people fold
real
clothes
talk,
differently. So it's
I
like
got a
that
bunch of
battle.
white clothes on my bed right now. I ain't
You know I fold
That's
clothes
going
like
to
a
be a
pro.
big fight for
I
me.
hate folding clothes.
Like I remember I was
I
folding
start
my
out
clothes
low.
one day, and my girlfriend was like, "You fold like that?" And I was like, "All right, I'm not even."
Ooh.
I
What
just
about-
throw things in like the closet or like my dresser, my armoire. Call it.
Yeah.
Man, I've been recondo that shit, bro. Yeah, I fold like a pro.
Oh, let me ask y'all this. What about making the bed?
Who leaving the bed? Like?
Yeah, I said whoever
I
left
hate
the
making the bed. I don't see the purpose of it. I really
Well,
don't.
this what I
I
learned during
actually love making the
quarantine.
It's
I
so
love
stupid.
making the bed.
I'm gonna get right back into it in a couple of hours.
No, my nigga, no.
It needs to, you
No.
feel more comfortable when it's like a nice.
It relaxes
Yeah.
relaxes your brain.
Yeah, like you lay in a nice comfy bed. You're like, ah.
It's like you started your day off right. Like I didn't start doing it till quarantine because I used to be like you, Slim. I'd be like, I'm gonna get back in this bed. This shit is stupid for me to do this.
Nah,
but
I used to always
then
make my bed. Like I just love doing it. I don't know why. It's like,
I mean,
I make it up every day. Go in that room right now. I got pillows on that motherfucker.
the only time I won't make it up is I'm in a rush. Like if I'm like rushing to go somewhere, then I won't. But
look, I don't even sleep wild in my bed, so it ain't that hard to even make that bad boy back
See,
up.
that's the
Like,
problem.
that's the fact.
I
Me too.
sleep wild, and so my bed, it's like Twister literally went through it. And so when I have to put it back together,
it's like too much.
It's too much.
Not good for
It's
me.
like-
I literally like if it's I just stay on one side, then I wake up like, oh, so I gotta really just put that one side back and I'm done.
yeah, that's easy, man.
The only thing I hate about it is like the fitted sheet because you try to squeeze one side and then you go to the other side and the other side come off. You're like,
Now that's a teamwork effort. There.
Yeah, like you
put
You
the
gotta
bed.
get the deep pockets on that joint. You start paying good money for stuff when you get older. Deep pockets.
Less stress.
on that.
I enjoy my sheets from Kmart.
Those vintage now, those antiques. Kmart sheets. What the hell is Kmart? It's like 3 in all of America. All right, so we done the simple of divvying up of chores.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if any of the people listening to this will listen to your list of things you would and would not do and things
oh, they
like
gonna
that.
shit on it.
They
They
be like,
gonna shit. They be like, nigga, you ain't doing what? I wish you would.
You want to do that. To answer the question, America, because I didn't say yes or no. I vacuum, I dust, I do the baseboards. I don't appreciate dishes. I don't like dishes, and I don't cook. I order like a pro, and I use a lot of disposable dishes, so I don't make dishes. But my carbon footprint is big as fuck. Golly gee, I'm like, he does not care about the environment. Vacuum, dust, I wash clothes, I fold clothes, fold it like a pro, but I also used to work retail, so I can make every shirt the same size regardless. And when you do start washing clothes, women's underwear, wow!
That's why, like, folding women's, like, I tried to fold my girls' clothes once, and I was like,
Oh, I ain't say folding them, I'm talking about washing them. I'm like, let me ignore what's going on in here.
just throw it in there. Just throw it in there. You be like, oh.
Boopity boop. Boop. Is this on gentle? Gentle.
All women's clothes, I always put on the softest cycle, whatever it is, gentle. Play that because I don't know how the clothes work. Because I remember one day I was home and she like went to work. And I was like, all right, let me try to like fold all our clothes, whatever, be some nice stuff. And And I was like, how do I fold? The fuck is this
Folding
shit?
drawers is like it's
I
like
was like,
it's like playing Twister.
I was like, I folded what I could
right
fold. If I couldn't fold it, I left it to the side. I'm sorry, dear, but I tried. But you had some. I was like, I don't even.
Man, you with the woman's clothes, like, nigga, did you sneeze in this motherfucker? Oh, I'm gonna get a letter back
Yeah, you are.
about that one,
That's gonna be funny.
but it's true.
Yeah, women's underwear is very complex to fold. I have to say.
Nah,
I tried.
I just do the half fold.
That's what I think it is, but then sometimes I don't know. I just.
Try to find the right angles.
You
Dude,
do that just like a handkerchief?
Yeah, I'm like too much.
All right. So we did the easy thing.
And I'm like, this is a string. What you really throw that in there?
We did the divvying of chores. Most marriages end because of money. And now we're going to break down into the money aspect of the marriage. In today's America, black women make more money than black men. Now, traditional gender roles dictate that the man pays, I don't know, what used to be that they pay just all the bills and the woman takes care of the house.
I went to sleep.
So,
All my money.
What is your expectations in marriage about how money is done in your marriage? Is it that all money goes into one account? Is there is there a joint account and two separate accounts? How does that work? What's the ideal scenario for you? And if you haven't thought about this shit, maybe you shouldn't be married.
I think the ideal scenario would be a joint account, and then you both have your own personal accounts. Like the joint account is like for the house stuff, bills, whatever needs to be done for the house. And then you got your own stuff for whatever you want to do individually or whatever. In terms of like paying bills and stuff like that, I think you and your partner have to talk about your finances and have a brutally honest discussion about how much you make, what debt you got, your personal bills like your own phone before you guys combine it or whatever you want to do. But your bills, and then have an honest discussion of like, all right, if I cover mortgage, you cover this. Because, like, if I could, I would. If I can't afford it, I would love to pay for everything. But if I couldn't, then we just need to have a discussion. Like, okay, I could cover 1, 2, 3. Can you do 1 and 2? Or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you do 6?
Or can we switch? Or alternate of the month. Tyler paying his mortgage.
or you could do that. Honestly, it's just you and your partner need to have that brutally honest discussion, which is hard because finances, nobody likes to be brutally honest about like their finances, because it's like you'll feel a way if one person makes more.
How you gonna be in a business partnership and you ain't gonna talk the money?
No, I'm saying you need to, but I'm saying I'm
not saying you.
Oh.
I'm just saying in general. I'm talking to America in general. Like, nigga, if you gonna get married, it's a business. It's a business agreement.
And
like,
love is on the side.
Like, it's a business partner that I occasionally have sex with.
Occasionally?
Well, we'll talk about that next. We'll talk about that next.
Next on the docket.
Stay tuned.
So, along with the money conversation, this is where I go with it. If you make more money than me, does that mean ultimately you get the final say? Or vice versa? If I make more money, then do I get the final say because I'm bringing more into this?
I would say the
final say shit sound woof.
The final say that for me, I would say on like final say on everything, or final say on a certain situation.
I think on everything, because eventually I believe that if I'm giving more to something, or if she's giving more, and if the decisions we're making as far as the money is leaning too far on your side and you're not bringing as much into it, then I'm going to feel some type of way because I'm bringing about 60% of this household income in here. So how do you maneuver through that? Like, because they'll weaponize.
This is the shit you got to talk about.
Oh yeah.
They'll weaponize, not veil. I don't want to put it on either partner, but that will become a weapon in a marriage.
Oh no, it will.
So what is the right way to have that conversation?
You know what though? Like,
I think before you get married, you see those.
Hey nigga, I was talking.
Yes, Dad.
All that lately, my thought pattern goes, I want a partner who makes roughly the same amount of money that I make, so it doesn't have any power dynamics.
The power struggle.
No power struggles. Like, I don't make more than you, so I am not saying we got to do X, Y, and Z, and you're not making a massive amount more money than I do, so we have to do X, Y, and Z. Now, be that as it may.
What is a massive amount more?
If you're making 60,000 and she makes 100,000 a year.
She is the breadwinner.
Yeah, she's the breadwinner. Yes.
But yeah, go ahead with your thoughts. That's all I want to say.
I don't even remember what I was saying. I just remember being hurt on this.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even know what I was doing.
You don't want to be hurt, my nigga. I'll give you a hug later.
Thank you.
I just think money it's funny. Like,
Money is funny.
it
funny money.
and then on the other end, if you grow together and you both start making money, or if you come into money, and now that the discussion becomes, okay, well, you know, how are we going to handle this?
Are y'all signing prenups?
I would.
Ooh.
I think everyone should, but that's just my personal opinion.
Like
If I was going into this with like Diddy money and you don't have Diddy money, then yeah. But like me personally right now, I probably wouldn't, because if we like build something together and came up, then we build it together. So even if we went to shit, it's still like a 50.
I still think it needs to be notarized or noted someplace, because, you know, divorce, when it starts and, you know, people look at things, it'll go from 50-50 to, well, no, you didn't do anything, or you did that, but because I did this, then I multiplied whatever we did together, so I should get. People get funny like that.
So I would say if we like came into money together, like after we're married, then yeah, I wouldn't call it a prenup, but whatever business we have, we'll have like our own business contract to like split stuff, whatever.
You know?
But again, these are their thoughts, though.
I haven't heard your thoughts about the money, nigga.
For me,
Some got like money that's buried somewhere where worst comes to worst.
I gotta
He's
listen.
like, baby, all I got is $1,000. That's
Yeah,
all I
I
got is
got
$1,000.
I got the stash hid, man.
That is funny.
No, but for me, honestly, I think as the man, I wouldn't mind paying the mortgage. And we can like figure out, okay, what can you pay, or I can help you with something. Like if I'm the breadwinner in my relationship, just say I make like 100,000, right, and she makes like 75. And my mind, I'm like, yo, you can flex a little bit too now. You the same percentile with me. One more quarter, we even. But I wouldn't mind paying that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to bills, I think a partnership works best. And here's why. I pay the mortgage, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get the utilities, I get the car note, the auto insurance, and then whatever else we'll figure out, go half and half, whatever the case might be. My biggest thing is I don't mind paying, but I want us also to save. Like, and when I say save, okay, you have your account, I have what's in mine. You don't tell me what's yours, I don't tell you what's in mine, but we have a joint where we contribute.
Playing with fire, my nigga.
But I'm just saying, like, if I've been saving, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've been saving for a while. Okay, I know she's been saving. If you want to go out and buy a bag, do you, boo? Go buy a bag. If I want to go and buy a pit bull, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? Because with my money, like it didn't come from my joint account. It came
I
from
think
my
a pit
account.
bull though, that affects both because it's a dog in the house.
I
think
got
that's
the principle.
Security.
I get the principle, but just saying like dog
wait
you
up.
didn't talk to me
All
for a
right,
dog coming
all
out.
right, so let me get this straight. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around your thinking. You both agree to put X amount of money into a joint account to pay the joint bills, and whatever money you have on top of it that's left over, you put into your
Let's go
personal account.
Yeah.
She don't need to know what the hell's in that personal account, and you don't need to know what the hell's in her personal account.
But you should know, though. Like,
I
you should.
I'm just asking questions.
No,
You don't have to defend yourself, my nigga.
I'm saying, like, you should say, hey, I got this saved. But, you know, obviously, before I met you, she was saving, I was saving. So we can either continue to save or put that together. I'm going to be like, listen, all I got is like.
So let's say you get in this marriage, right? And y'all paying the bills, and you have this system set up.
Okay.
And then some hard times happen, and you know you still struggling to pay your part into the
Which happens.
the joint, and she's paying her part. and like you struggling on your side, and you assume just because y'all together, she's struggling on her side, and then lo and behold, you find out she has $70,000 in her savings account.
What my pistol? We gotta talk. So you want to tell me about the 75K you got just sitting around?
But you
I
said
know. Yeah,
you
right.
said you ain't need to know what was on her side.
Yeah.
As long as she put X amount of money into that joint, you was like, it's all gravy.
She's selfish for that.
For that, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to. If she would have told me like I got 70K saved up, I wouldn't need to know. But if you see me struggling on my end, you could just chip in more on your. And I don't need to know exactly which is yours, but you could just be like, hey, I got it while you're struggling or whatever, and vice versa. Like if I see you're struggling, I can tell you like, hey, I actually got XYZ saved, or I can just be like, yo, don't worry about it. I got it until you figure your stuff out or whatever. I just feel like it needs to be a partnership and an honest discussion about the like, hey, I don't got it, or clearly I just lost my job, or like something happens. Just need to be like, hey, I'm gonna do. If I can't pick it up financially, I'll pick it up more around the house until I can pick it up financially. Like, make it worth it. Like
you want it to balance out.
Yeah.
Though.
Like if I just lost my job,
if you get laid off and she's working, I cook, clean.
I'll do all that.
You do that to like. Not make up, but like to say, hey, look, I still got this. Like,
no, I'll be honest. Like for me, like I'll literally say, this is how I'm gonna make up for it in this time being until like
that's fair.
Something comes back. Just because I don't want you to feel like, gotta do everything. It's like no. While I'm struggling, I'm doing all this.
Like, baby, can I borrow $20?
For what
drive? I need some gas.
All right. So
buy a dime bag.
Looks like this group needs to think more about the financial aspects.
No,
of marriage.
I don't think. I think it's
I
knowing your partner.
Yeah.
At the core nucleus of it, it's knowing your partner and knowing how you guys would react to hard times with each other.
Because they will come.
Because it's gonna happen.
Financially,
It's gonna have financially.
Yeah.
Something gonna break with the house.
Somebody needs some money, and it's like again.
Like it's gonna be something like that. But it's just one before you get married, having an idea of how your partner would react in certain situations. Because you'll never know exactly, but you'll have a great educated guess of like what they would do.
Money work.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know my partner, so it's like I have a great idea on him, like a certain hardships would have happened. I'm like 80% sure I know how she would react.
So let's take it up. We talked about the
Turn it up.
divvying up of chores. We talked about financials. And the last thing that may or may not mess up a marriage, sex. Mm-hmm. How often do you plan or want to have sex?
Let's go
in
be
your
a marriage because you were pretty
young
about this.
your
You
first
started-
question
You was like, I want sex.
I don't think I said it exactly like that.
Nah, you said you want the cheeks.
I
You did.
I feel like I made a statement and you're amplifying it. The question is how often?
Yeah, so you're in your ideal partnership, in the ideal situation, how often do you want to have sex with your spouse?
So we're gonna say like on an average weekly.
It's tough when you got to teach though. You know.
Nigga, answer the question, nigga. I'm always angry.
That's a secret.
What if Mark Ruffalo said it like that in the Avengers?
They will look like, nigga, whoa. Like,
But again, yep.
yo, Cap would be like, yo, bro,
Run it
you
back.
good? Yeah, run
That's
that
how I
back.
wrote it.
Yeah.
Run it back.
On average of a week, in a perfect world, I think maybe 3.
Oh, you fancy.
And like you said, in a perfect world, like I said, perfect world.
3 times a week?
In a perfect world. I know that's not gonna happen. That's not real life.
That shit sound fancy. Go ahead.
That's not real life, but in a perfect world, 3. But
I'm impressed.
if I could get it once, I'd be happy.
See, I don't even think it's realistic to expect it once a week.
It's not.
We
Like,
doing ideal. We
Yeah,
doing
this is ideal,
ideal.
like,
Ideal?
yeah.
Ideal.
Like this is not what's gonna happen. Just like, man.
See, I'm too much of a realist.
Speak on it then.
Nigga, be ideal.
Yeah,
nigga.
just be yourself.
Once a week. But now does this count like in like the middle of the night if you get that itch and like you roll over and
Baby.
Where's the jerk?
You up?
Don't use my good towels, Rob.
Are we counting
Wait,
clothes?
Let me just pull it to the side. Let me just pull it to the side real quick. Let me just pull it to the time. Ew.
I'm gonna say once every other week.
Once, so we going for twice a
Also,
month.
Twice a
this
month.
Before children,
Sex.
no children.
I'm gonna be just going ideal.
Okay.
Just going ideal situation scenario.
If I'm being realistic, I think
Twice.
yes.
Now, when you
Twice a
say
month.
sex, does that include like head?
Nigga, golly, gee.
all of the above.
Stuff like
Without asking.
that?
Like I'm gonna tell you right now, you ain't getting head no more
I know.
once you get married.
Yeah, it's over that.
You getting fellatio.
There's a difference.
Hey, that shit
His
dead.
face, though.
Yeah, there's a difference.
He look like
that
he
shit,
like word.
that shit done. Like, oh, you want me to suck your dick? All right. I'm like, hey, don't say it like that. Make me feel bad. Shit.
Nah, I don't want it. Like, get away from me.
Don't worry, bro. I go downstairs.
Yeah. I'm gonna sleep downstairs real quick. I'll be back.
But yeah, I'd say
So three times a week, twice a month. Slim.
Throughout the week, at least 4 times. We
Woo.
gotta get in, man. We gotta get in.
Big
Slim.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slim going to Pound Town.
I hate you.
Bang, bang. Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, within the week, I know we get busy, but, like, we both have needs, like, yeah. The goal is 4 times out of the week. Whew.
Like, I know there's even weeks when I don't when I have sex at all.
Yeah,
But like in
yeah.
an ideal, like when you said ideal situation, like, cause I'm thinking like, maybe a Monday, oh, maybe a Thursday.
So we
And
got a
then maybe
double
like a
header
Sunday.
on Monday.
Right.
Monday
Can you-
morning.
Hold on.
I won't think. I'm just like in my head, like, cause I truly think when you get in that situation, it's like clearly she has her day, I have my day, cause like with jobs and stuff, I might come home like, oh, I'm in the mood, and walk in the door like, oh, you're clearly not, so it's not happening today, or vice versa.
I'm gonna let y'all know something. Y'all gonna have to schedule shit in the future. Just let y'all know. I know it sounds weird that you
Oh,
schedule
no, it's not.
sex, but you gonna have to schedule that. Like, and you gotta be like, oh shit, it's Wednesday. It's no pants Wednesday. It's hump day. Let me get my mind right.
No pants Wednesday.
I love it.
No ass eating Tuesday.
Yeah, you know, gotta get it right. Like,
Schedule. So I wonder.
you gotta schedule
Now,
that joint. For
okay,
real, for
so
real.
for
They
our
do
followers,
that, yeah.
for those who are married or like in that boat of getting married, like I wonder if they have a schedule to have sex. To me, that's not, I get it, but it sounds
Not
crazy
yet.
though.
If
it
they
sounds
don't,
crazy.
not
Like, knowing I gotta wait till
But-
Thursday to get some.
But think about it. Like if you
Google
have
calendar.
think about it. If you have children, you have so much. Sorry. If you have children, you have so many things going on. Like
Benadryl. Shit. My brother gave us Benadryl.
Yeah.
God rest his soul.
No, I think you got. I think
I
you
was
got.
just gonna say like you be like,
I
oh, they
think-
gotta go to summer camp
you-
or
you-
like trying to get them to hang out at grandma's house, stuff like that.
You
But
gotta
you say-
schedule it, and you gotta have your children respect your boundaries. It was like when mommy and daddy got this door closed, nigga, this not for you. I understand there's boogeymen under your bed.
They not even
That's
real.
why I put the goddamn nightlight in the goddamn room.
They're not gonna respect.
Go to
shit.
bed.
That door
We know
closed.
how brown
Boom,
people
right
be
over
have
it.
kids.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when you have children,
kids.
like I know for me, like I know for me, like when I have
You
children, I'm
say
not,
daddy naked, then
like I know I'm not gonna like have my door closed like that unless I know they sleeping. So
where you at? Oh my God, daddy!
Told your ass to open the door.
I thought you was hurting mom.
Why are
Mom's
you yelling? Why you breathing so heavy?
What are you doing, mommy?
I went to college. I'm quiet.
And there it is.
I already told y'all. Y'all listen to the old podcast. I already told y'all my theory is if you ever have sex with a quiet woman, she probably went to college and had to have sex in the dorm room. That's why she learned to be quiet. Don't want to wake up your roommate.
Word, and the roommate right there.
Right there.
Literally, like how close we are, right there,
Right there.
right there.
I see, Nick, you ain't sleep, Dad.
Like I remember my freshman year in college.
We gotta go deep. That's a whole
Oh, no.
different episode.
Oh, no. I was just gonna say, just to make a joke on like how close the beds were. If I did like this, put my feet out, I was touching his bed. That's
Okay.
how close we were.
Well, that's interesting.
Alright. So we got 4 times a week. Ambitious.
Yeah, word.
3 times a week, twice a month. But I do say schedule because once, you know, you like, oh man, I'm gonna have sex all the time. And then 4 months later, like, fuck, when did I somebody have sex?
Like that's gonna happen.
I shouldn't be having wet dreams when I'm married and shit. Like, what the fuck? Dreaming about it. Like, this shit's terrible. I mean,
Why you in there browsing big booties again? Because you keep denying me. You're not here for me in my time of need.
But big booties are.
always there, one click away.
All I need is 2 minutes,
Do
one
you
click.
think those expectations are kind of fueled by what happens before you get married, though? So, like, if you're having sex 4 times a week before you say I do,
It's gonna change. Like it's like
Sure,
really
you are
serious.
gonna change that shit.
Yeah, because it's like the baby's crying. He can keep crying. Won't take long.
Nigga, we gotta master the art of the quickie. We gotta master the art of the quickie. Like, yo, all I need is 7 pumps.
Meet me in the laundry,
7 pumps.
meet me in the laundry room at 0800 hours.
You got that moo on?
See, like, you
That
can do
bitch
stuff
up.
like that.
Scavenger hunt.
You can do stuff like that.
Baby, I'm in the closet. Which one? Upstairs in the house. Little Ricky sleep. Hurry up.
this man said a movie.
Hurry up. I say, get that moo up.
I was gonna
Like,
say that's a great way to spice it up. Like do random stuff around the house. Like, hey, meet me in this room 8 out X amount.
I mean,
yo,
It does make it a little
It
fun,
does.
though.
It's the thrill.
Hey,
It's
so,
the adrenaline rush of that.
y'all remember this conversation a few years from now when y'all be like, shit, what can I get these 7 pumps in real quick? Baby, grab the lube. We got plans. So with that being said, I'm actually gonna make a transition.
Okay.
Do you want to have kids? Quick yeses.
Yes.
Yes. One.
No. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
I'm not sure.
All right. If you have kids, do you already have names prepared for these children? Have you thought about them?
Nah.
I played around with the idea, but like the serious, like I'm setting one. No.
I'm not doing the junior five, so I'm not.
If
doing
I have a
that.
son, Zachary James Smith.
See,
Woo.
he, bam, on it.
For a girl, I do like Zoe. I do like the name Zoe for a girl. I do.
For a girl, for me, Kendall, named after my cousin who died, and then for my son, Grandison, who named after my great grandfather who was fought in the Civil War. It was a Union soldier.
If I had a daughter, I'd probably do Joyce for my grandmother. But if I had a son, I
Oh,
would.
you bringing it back. They go see a Joyce on the roll. Like,
Yep.
is this child born in
1950? Oh, like nah, what? Yep.
If I have a daughter,
But because I just feel like that's something where, because I'm gonna have a name, my partner's gonna have a name. Then it's like, all right, we need to just talk and be like, all right,
And
which name do you like
the
more?
Middle name.
Middle name, shit like that. Like,
Because I have J's, like Jade and Gerard.
oh, we can split if we have like. If we're planning to have more than one kid, all right, this kid gets the name I pick, and you get the middle name, vice versa. I don't. Zoe and Joey.
Name the girl Joey.
Ooh. Name the
Ooh.
son Zoe.
Dad, I don't like my name. Well, thanks to your uncles. Blame them.
Hey, nah, blame the white supremacy who made you not like your name, even though those names are both white. White as shit. No offense, like, yeah, nigga, you know, you gotta name a nigga white name sometimes, you know?
Yeah, you gotta think about middle name, godparents. Oh, it's just a lot with that.
Yeah, like I
God,
said.
I forgot about all that.
Yeah, it's a lot to come with that.
Yeah.
Oh, I already know who like my godparents.
Um,
That I know who would be.
All right, so let's take it up a notch.
Oh boy.
Who is responsible for rearing this child? I mean, changing the diapers, taking them to the doctor. Who's all that? Are you putting that all on your spouse, or you
No,
take
that's
It's 50-50.
it? He said it so upset.
I hate changing diapers.
I
I don't mind doing it. It's just, baby shit, man. Oh.
You don't like the peas?
Oh, you will get peed in your mouth.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it be in your mouth. You could be like on you. I don't say your mouth.
My mama said that when that diaper used to hit that air and that little pee be up there, and it's like, as soon as y'all felt the air, y'all just started peeing again.
It's bad enough they throw up on you, but then the piss on you? Oh.
Pee in your face.
I'm gonna
It
piss
is-
on you.
It is your child.
Drip.
and you love your child.
And you can't do shit. You just gotta take the piss.
And he just peed on you.
You just gotta wash your face and be mad.
Or don't let say the poo slipped out of that diaper and now they peed and pooed on you. So what say you?
I would say it's
Like your child's gonna put every bodily function on you. They gonna bleed on you, pee on you, poop on you, vomit on you,
That's that. I don't
put
mind.
snot on you,
That's fine.
I would say
You do
Cry
that now in
on
first
you.
grade. You do that now in first grade.
all the bodily functions.
Yes.
I would say in the beginning, obviously, since you have to stay at home, obviously get maternity leave. Like as soon as I come home, I'll take it all because you've had all day.
Go take
so,
a nap.
So like, oh yeah, I got this.
Take a
This
bath,
is
take a nap.
I got this. Whenever you wake up from your nap or whatever, come back and join the party.
Rotations.
But yeah, so I would for the beginning I would do that because all right, one of us still has to go to work while you're here. So when I come home, go. Don't even if you want to stay with us and help do that. But if you want some free time to yourself to clear your thoughts, clear your head because you've been doing this all day, I got you. Don't worry about shit. We got this. So I would do it like that. It's just I don't even look at it as a 50-50 thing. I'm like, if I'm here and baby's I really need to change, I'm not gonna be like, hey yo baby, it's changing time. Go do that. No, it's like I'm here. I'll do it.
You're up next.
Like, no, it's just
I'm scared of shit of infants. I ain't gonna much lie. Like when people give me their small babies, I'm like, what the nigga, what you give me that for? Like, nigga, you trust me? Nigga, I dropped a chicken wing the other day.
The last one that day.
It's like that insecure thing.
Yeah.
He was like, I dropped the taco. He was like, give my baby back. Like
Nah, but when it comes to that, like, it's just like, okay, you just change the baby. Just change the baby. Just get it done. And I may not like it, but I'm going to do my part to, like, make sure that she's fine or she needs a nap, like, whatever the case might be. So
I think instinctively I wouldn't want to do it, but because, as much as I hate to admit it, I am a loving person, I would just probably go full in, and I would want to do everything, and I would want to make sure that my kids know that I love them. So I
you ain't changed my diaper, Dad. You don't fucks with me.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
I'll soothe you. I'll feed you. Talk to you. I'll play Beethoven for you and Mozart. So your little brains. I will read to you every night. But as soon as you start to, I'm like, hey, where your mama at? Where your mama at?
like,
baby.
I've been with this baby 12 hours.
Yeah. I need a break.
Like, I done fed the baby. I done burped the baby.
One thing I always did, if maternity leave sets up this way, is like when the baby's first born, she will obviously take the maternity leave, and then like if it's possible, like once her time is done, then I use mine and be like, all right, now I'm gonna do it. You go back.
Why aren't you supposed to do that together?
You can.
Mm-hmm.
You can, depending on how your job
like how your
operates.
job stuff operates.
But and this is why it's like, you know, your parents can come in like, hey, look, mom, I'll fly you out. Just
That's a whole fact.
just come out here.
I will fly you like, yo,
mama.
Yeah, because like we need
Come take
like,
your
we're both
grandbaby.
tired.
Like you been saying you want me to have a child for so long. Now I got one. Help me.
But the bills don't stop coming though. Like the bills don't stop
they
coming.
don't.
So you have to really plan for that, you know. And I think
Like,
it's
just because
good.
you got a baby, the bills be like,
Yeah,
I'm
they
good
ain't gonna stop nothing.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I want my money.
Then maybe I'll do like Tyler Perry and get stupid rich and then have the baby.
I mean, that's a goal. Yeah, that's a goal too.
Hire a nanny.
I don't know how I feel about that. I've seen too many like videos of nannies doing some fucked up shit, so I don't know how I feel.
Like, get an extra Jamaican nanny.
I don't like any. I don't know if I'll do a nanny. Period. If anything, I'd be like,
We'll see you had a baby. Like, what the fuck is a nanny? Where at? You look at the yellow pages. You got to go to Angie's List for this.
To be honest with you, I just don't know if I trust it because I've seen too many like the hidden camera videos of shit. So like I don't like. I would want to. Don't get me wrong. Like I will look, but actually pull the trigger. Like I'm a great window shopper. I'll window shop the fuck out looking for a nanny. But in terms of actually pulling the trigger, I probably never will. If anything, I'd be like, I'll pay my mom to go be a nanny before I like do that.
All right. I want to ask one last question. I know we're hitting up on time, but this is actually a very, very important question, and I want y'all to think about it. What is a situation in a marriage that will make you consider getting a divorce? Like
Cheating.
what?
The D word. Oh.
So yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah.
Trying to think here.
So quiet now.
No, cause
There's so many words was being said earlier.
because I'm a big believer. Like my goal is never to be divorced. So like once I do it, because it already takes me so long to commit to doing something like that. So once I do it, I look at it as like we're riding this out. So the things that would make me leave is like cheating. You tried to kill me or my child. Something like it had to be something really
something extreme.
Yeah, where it's like be like, all right, I can't do this. Because most things I'd be like, all right, we could work through this. Could go through the therapy. Let's do this. But like it had to be something really like
So cheating and the attempt of murder.
Yeah, like
Okay.
First degree.
Yeah, like if I'm being honest, something like that, or like I just want to check the accounts, they all got wiped to zero. I'd be like, whoa, what?
So cheating, attempted murder, stealing.
Yeah, like I guess
It's
I don't
funny.
know.
I had this conversation with Lynn the other day, and she was like, "I think for you, Josh." She was like, "I think in order for you to have a divorce, she was like, you went through every step to like fix whatever it was, and if it didn't work, you'd be done. I was like, yeah, I would. Cheating, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Like, I mean, you slept with another man, you gotta die.
We ain't getting divorced. You getting a death.
She went to the other D. Not divorce. Like, what happened? Listen, I came home. She was just unconscious. I couldn't tell you what happened.
Like the guilty conscience video.
Everything wiped away. But for me, that would be like, that would hurt. Like, that would hurt. Knowing my wife was seeing somebody else, and I'm over here doing my damnedest to take care of us. Bills paid. I'm up feeding the baby and taking care of you, and you do that. You gotta go. OJ.
Be Anthony. Yeah. What would cause you to be like, this shit is over?
Definitely cheating.
What if she didn't like Batman?
No conversation. She's fine. Definitely cheating. She tries to kill me. She tries to hurt my kids. If she betrays my trust, like, I don't know. I just feel like that to me is a deal breaker. If I give you something, or if we share something, and then you exploit that in some way, I don't think I could deal with that. I really don't. And I won't say that one.
Nah, say it.
You want me to say
Yeah,
it?
go ahead.
It sounds weird, but if you disrespect my family in a very serious way,
No, that's
like,
respect my mama.
yeah, like,
that's
cause
very
You
important.
should have never married him to begin with. They were
yeah,
to your mama.
I just feel like if it's ever that after we get married,
Yeah.
I think that's problematic because it's like,
Yeah.
well, if you felt this way, if you had these many problems, A, why did we get married? I'm not divorcing my family, so
Yeah.
you know, so
And it's tough when like your family doesn't like her. Like that's
You
that's
should have never married
yeah,
her.
I know, but
Yeah.
some people still go through with that. For us, we
But it
get
also
it.
depends on the family dynamic too.
Yeah.
Like, are you close with the family members that are like,
True enough. But if it's a big enough problem that
like
you would
the whole
divorce
family
somebody,
said,
yeah,
alright, yeah,
and
but
then you gotta. If everybody don't like her, then niggas probably her.
yeah, like if it's like one or two people, and then it depends on your relationship with them in the family.
Yeah.
But if it's like everybody in the family is like, yo, Nick, Cass, what you doing? Then it's like, maybe I need to reevaluate this.
Like
Yeah.
I would want y'all to tell me if like y'all didn't like Lynn, you're like we don't like her. Okay, she gotta go then.
You know, like.
Bye.
Shit. Boy, you naming names on this today's podcast. This shit real.
I love Lynn. I just want to put that out there.
I guess she stays.
She stays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think about, and then like the fact that you would go to the trouble. What happened? Oh, the fact that you would go through the trouble to lie just to marry me, and then you flip. I don't know. That's just weird.
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
it.
But it's also
Yes.
like something could have happened to where that dynamic changed. Like you have a child, and then your mom is like, "Hey, why don't you do this?" And your wife is like, "This is my child. Let me do my thing."
Yeah.
So it's like a different.
But I think that goes back to having that conversation along with the money, how you rear your children, and what that dynamic is going to be. Like when you look at your lady and her family, you already know. Okay, well, you know, we're not doing this with our kids. We're not doing. I will hope that you will have those conversations before.
No, I think you will. Like I always say, like, you'll have the conversation before the child's here.
Yeah.
But once the child's actually here, I feel like subject card is to change because it's a new thing. Like I've never had it's a new experience. I've never had a child before, so I can say this is a bunch of do's and don'ts. But until that baby's actually in my arms, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
Something's gonna change, and then you're gonna go to parents for advice. Like, yo, you clearly had children. What should you do now? You're not gonna do everything they did, but you're gonna listen and be like, okay, let me try to flip it and make it work for me. So I just think it's because then also when your children go stay with the grandparents gonna do what the grandparents gonna do. Now, obviously, hopefully that's nothing like wrong or bad or anything, but they're used to raising children a certain way, so they're gonna do what's normal for them. You can still talk to them like, hey, let's not do this or that, but understand that once I leave my child with my grandparents and I walk out that door to go do what me and my wife are gonna go do, it's like, all right. Like, I know my parents ain't gonna do anything crazy. Like, I ain't gonna come back with like, why my baby got one arm? What? Like, something wild like that. But it's like, okay, it's understanding that dynamic with everybody has different views on raising a child. It's just like, all right, we just need to have a common goal. We might get there differently, but we just need a common goal that we all can respect and understand.
Would you still marry someone and you love them, you understand everything about them, you accept everything, but your family doesn't like the person you love, and they really don't have a reason. They just don't like them. Would you still go through with it?
You said my entire family?
Your entire family.
Personally, I might, depending on like our dynamic, like how close, because like I'm not close with everybody in my family, so there's very few that I am. So I would take what they're saying and like try to understand where they're coming from, and then see like, just because it's a deal breaker for them, don't mean it's a deal breaker for me.
Right.
So it's like understanding that, and then once they tell me, see if I see those signs too, because clearly I'm in love, so I'm oblivious to the signs that they're showing, because it's like they're the outside looking in. So I can be like, okay, cool. So I would take their advice, but then like once you say it to me, like, okay, let me see if I notice that too. And if I start noticing it, then it's like, oh, maybe I need the about face. But then if you tell me and I don't notice it, or I don't even see like any little sign of it, like yeah. So that's I possibly still might.
I'll say like this: someone who's been divorced, I'll probably only divorce for two reasons. One, attempted murder.
Okay. That's a common thing.
Common theme.
I will
And
not be on the ID channel.
not today.
I will not be on an episode of Snaps.
I will not be on Snap.
The first time I realized that you're trying to kill me. Like, this shit's over.
Oh, what's the Ben Affleck movie?
Oh,
Gone
Gone Girl
I'm not
messed
doing nope.
me up.
You can't divorce her.
You gotta keep her around.
Good night.
Second thing is if your partner doesn't want to be in a marriage anymore. And that's that really, like, I can't control their actions, but it's hard fighting by yourself, man. It is super duper duper
Like
hard.
Ricky.
Yeah.
Punch in the air.
And so that'd be the only
That's a
reason. It's
bitter
like,
protocol. I no, that would probably break me down.
yeah,
Like loving someone and then
They just like, nah.
I don't. Mm-mm.
yeah. So those are the only two reasons I would divorce.
I don't know if I'd ever get married again after that one, because that scenario might hurt me for a minute.
Yeah.
Because you got to hear from the inside out on that one.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all saw me, nigga. I was okay.
where you?
Were you? That's debatable.
I didn't see you per se.
There were some days where I was like, yo, Gerard, should we do something? Like,
Is that nigga okay?
like, I don't know. I'm new here, so what do I? Should we take him out?
It was new for me too. It was like it was new. It was like but knowing him, you gotta give him like his space and time.
Like that's one thing I learned. I was like, let me just give
And
him
like
space.
he'll talk to you, but like I just noticed like just give him space and time.
Like I didn't have
Yeah.
the days I just see him on the couch. I'm like, he looks at. I'm gonna go sit on the other couch. If you want to talk, we can talk. If not,
Yeah.
I'm here for you, buddy. I'm just here. Just know I'm here.
Like, I'm
So-
tired.
I've seen a situation like that, and then the wife realized she made a mistake and tried getting back with.
Oh hell no.
And it was
Fuck
like
that.
it was like one of the oddest situations because she was so serious, like I made a mistake, and he literally moved on with this, like, and they have a daughter together.
It's tough when you have kids.
Yeah.
It makes things that much difficult.
Because like we're attached for life.
Oh my god, yeah, because you have this kid here. Like you have this
Like I
kid.
have to deal with you.
And you hear that, America? I know it's very, very gentle, but that is my middle finger rubbing against the microphone. Get the fuck on.
Like,
That
we gonna get
bullshit.
back with who? Me?
Me?
You
For what?
Like,
Yeah, let's do it. I'm about to do the most disrespectful sex. Film that shit, and then be like, nah, I was good. I was lying.
Film it.
Tearing up my heart.
as you go, having such a sad.
And that's how we
Lawrence
end
do
this
that?
segment. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Oh, man.
That was so funny when Lawrence did that to Issa. You didn't see that episode?
Oh, when he had sex with her on the couch.
Yeah. I
Yo,
just thought that
was so disrespectful. That was so disrespectful. Nigga said,
That's that revenge.
and that was
sex.
like 40 seconds that he just got up and left.
Yeah,
She
that-
just still there, pants all off, just like.
That's that
What happened?
Yeah,
yeah.
I was like,
This is
yeah.
very, very wrong.
It was
This
wrong.
isn't how you deal with it, Lawrence.
All right, we come to
But
the
it's
end
emotions.
of another
Emotions should
episode.
Another lovely episode.
Another lovely episode. It was a pleasure. Hopefully, some of the listeners got something out of the perspective of a marriage, and we take you away from all the chaos in the streets for a little over an hour. Y'all got any other close things, or y'all just ready
Ready for what? Like,
to end it, nigga?
oh, usually you said like
See how quick I go from like cheery.
Yeah, word. End it, nigga.
Very subtle to very angry. No, not angry. He's not angry. To being himself, I should say.
Which is angry.
I don't have an opinion either way. I love Dev.
This is my middle finger.
No, I'll just say if you're thinking about getting married, make sure you're ready. Make sure the time was put in to know that this is right, whatever that length is for you.
We didn't talk about that. The time to decide whether or not.
That's another episode.
Yeah, that'd be part 2. I think it's just more so. Make sure you understand your partner, because you're gonna learn new stuff. Because marriage is new. You guys never done it before. Well, maybe depending on the situation, or you never done it with each other before. But it's just being willing to be adaptable. Because I think that's one of the biggest things about marriage. You just got to be adaptable, like always willing to change, like always being flexible to change on the dime. Because something's gonna happen where you need this. Instead of going right, I need to go left. Like just whoop. You don't even think about it.
I think it's important, and that's important, but not to be a comic book geek, but my favorite scene from Batman Returns is when Batman tries to lure Selena Kyle back, and she was like, I want that, but then she scratches him and she says, I just couldn't love myself. Like, that is such a telling scene. Like, this man is trying to give you everything, and, you know, you can't do it because you hate yourself. So I think that's more important. Like,
Oh yeah, love yourself.
you really have to not only love yourself but know yourself, and I know that's a big thing for me, like just making sure I am sure that not only that I can deal with you, but that I can deal with you and all the 50, 100 moves you're going to go to as you like get older and stuff. Like that's killer important. So
And what did we learn from Batman? Don't put the pussy on the pedestal.
don't put
He's back.
You know Mr. Brown's gonna get one off.
I didn't think he could do that to that. I did that to myself.
Yeah, you kind of walked into that one.
I-
Yeah.
I had a feeling.
And it was
I
so
like,
sincere on your behalf.
It was.
Brown
And I
being
should
brown.
have noticed it because he was looking at me like, watch
You-
this, watch this.
He was waiting.
What?
He's been good all this whole hour and 12 minutes. He's been fine.
Oh,
He's
God.
like, I'm about to
I'm
flip
going to
this.
post that clip on the Brody's page.
What did you learn here? I'm Mr. Brown.
Slim.
Cash.
And we are
The Brodies.
yes.